Good evening. Hope you are doing well. How about we play this little video first? Oh, darn it. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, now.
Okie.
Okie.
Okie. Okie and welcome.
We acknowledge that we're gathered on the lands of the Blackfoot people of the Canadian Plains.
We pay respect to the Blackfoot people's past,
Present.
and future. We recognize the thousands of Indigenous peoples
From many diverse nations,
Call Lethbridge home.
including members of the Blackfoot Confederacy,
of the Six Gates of the Peak,
Akana.
Pikani.
Siksika.
Amskapi Peak,
as well as other First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples.
We respect Indigenous people's cultural heritage,
beliefs,
Truth
and relationship to the land.
that stretches back in time.
We will not blink at history.
We will not blink at history.
And we will learn from it.
Okie is an invitation.
A step forward.
in Blackfoot, Oki means hello.
Okie means hello.
Hello.
Okie.
Okay.
Okie.
Okie, and welcome to the lands of the Blackfoot people.
Okay, and welcome to the Accapelist Singing Therapy Show. Hope you're doing well and you had yourself an amazing Monday. And how about some car songs today? Not car songs, songs about moving on vehicles. Okay. All right. How about this one here? It's called Riding with Private Malone. I was just out of the service, thumbing through the classifieds, when an ad that said Old Chevy somehow caught my eye. The lady didn't know the year or even if it ran. But I had that $1,000 in my hand. It was way back in the corner of this old ramshackle barn with 30 years of dust and dirt on that green army tarp. And when I pulled the cover off, it took away my breath. What she called a Chevy was a 66 Corvette. I felt a little guilty as I counted out them bills. What a thrill I got when I sat behind the wheel. I opened the glove box, and that's when I found the note. The date was 1966, and this is what he wrote. He said, my name is Private Andrew Malone, and if you're reading this, then I didn't make it home. But for every dream that shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of mine, now it belongs to you. And though you may take her and make her your own, you'll always be riding with Private Malone. You'll always be riding with Private Malone. Well, it didn't take me long at all. I had her running good. I love to hear them horses thunder underneath her hood. I had her shining like a diamond, and I put that rag top down. All the pretty girls would stop and stare as I drove through town. The buttons on the radio, they didn't seem to work quite right, but it picked up that oldies show, especially late at night. I get the feeling sometimes if I turned real quick, I'd see a soldier riding shotgun in the seat right next to me. It was a young man named Private Andrew Malone who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of his back when it was new. And he told me to take her and make her my own. And I was proud to be riding with Private Malone. Well, one night it was raining hard. I took the curve too fast. I still don't remember much about that fiery crash. Somebody said they thought they saw a soldier pull me out. They didn't get his name, but I know without a doubt it was a young man named Private Andrew Malone who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that shattered, another dream comes true. This car was once a dream of his back when it was new. And I know I wouldn't be here if he hadn't tagged along. Yeah, that night I was riding with Private Malone. Oh, thank God I was riding with Private Malone. Thank you, Private Malone. Okay, how about this one from Elvis? It's got cars. It's got trains. It's got planes. I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California on my mind. Straddled that Greyhound, rode it into Raleigh and right across Carolina. Had motor trouble, turned into a struggle way across Alabama. That hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham. Right away, I got me a 2-chain ticket right to the Mississippi, please. I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, smoking in the New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, just help me get to Houston town. There's people there who care a little about me, and they won't let the poor boy down. Sure as you were born, she bought me a silk suit, put luggage in my hand. I woke up high over Albuquerque on jet to the promised land. Working on a T-bone steak, I caught a flight over to the Golden State. The pilot told us in 13 minutes he would set us at the terminal gate. Swing low, chariot, come down easy. Taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engines and coat your wagons and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, give me Norfolk, Virginia, 578-109. Tell the folks back home this is the promised land calling and the poor boy, he's on the line. Right away, I bought me a 2-train ticket right across the Mississippi, please. I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, smoking in the New Orleans. Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, just help me get to Houston town. There's people there who care a little about me, and they won't let the poor boy down. Sure as you were born, she bought me a silk suit, put luggage in my hand. I woke up high over Albuquerque on jet to the promised land. Working on T-bone steak, I caught it flying over to the Golden State. The pilot told us in 13 minutes he would set us at the terminal gate. Swing low, chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engines and coat your wagons and let me make it to the telephone. Los Angeles, give me Norfolk, Virginia, 578-109. Tell the folks back home this is the promised land calling and the poor boy, he's on the line. Tell the folks back home this is the promised land calling and the poor boy, he's on the line. This one's called Old 55. I think it was by the Eagles. Well, my time went so quickly, it went lickety-splickety, out to my own 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive. Now the sun's coming up, I'm riding with Lady Luck, freeway cars and trucks starts beginning to fade, and I lead the parade, just a wishing I'd stayed a little longer. Oh, Lord, let me tell you that feeling getting stronger. And at 6 in the morning, gave me no warning. I had to be on my way. Well, there's trucks all a passing, and the lights all a flashing. I'm on my way home from your own place. And now the sun's coming up. I'm riding with Lady Luck, freeway cars and trucks. Stars beginning to fade, and I lead the parade, just a wishing that I'd stay a little longer. Oh, Lord, let me tell you, the feeling getting stronger, and my time went so quickly. I went lickety-splickety, out to my own 55, out to my own 55. As I pulled away slowly, feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive. God knows I was feeling alive. This one is driving a car, but it's about a car. One thing. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime. No help from my friends. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? And darling, $4 is trying to find me. I'll wait for delivery each day until 3. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard on my lifetime. No help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? This is a song by Fred Eaglesmith. It's about a woman named Lucille. And when he was a younger man, that he went out with Lucille. Well, Lucille was a woman and I was a boy. And it was obvious that she wanted more than a man her age could give her. And that was me. I was wild as a summer squall, blowing through town, no direction at all. I was wilder than even she thought she could believe. I had a Cobra Jet 428 in a 65 Ford, and it ran great. Take it on out where the gravel turns to road. Take it on up to 110. Tires screaming in and out of the bends, and Lucille hanging on just as tight as she could. And it was crazy, but it sure was good. Well, Lucille was 50 and I was 19, and you know it never bothered me, not even when they called out in the bar. I'd get tough and I'd bust some heads. Lucille would laugh when the cops got there. We'd sneak out the back and take off in my car. I had a Cobra Jet 428 in a 65 Ford, and it ran great. Take it on out where the gravel turns around. Take it on up to 110. Tires screaming in and out of the bends, and Lucille hanging on just as tight as she could. And it was crazy, but it sure was good. It was crazy, but it sure was good. Well, last week I turned 45. Well, I woke up and out in the drive. My wife had fixed that old car up for me. Well, she had it in the garage for a week or two, and when it came back, it was good as new. I fired it up and I took off down the highway. I drove on up to Randolph Heights. There's an old folks home there past the lights, and Lucille sitting out there in the shade. And Lucille sitting out there in the shade. I wheeled her around to the passenger door. I picked her up and put her in that car, and we took off like a dust-blown hurricane. And that Cobra Jet, a 428, and that 65 Ford, well, it ran great. Took it on out where the gravel turns around. I took it on up to 110. Tires screaming in and out of the bends, and Lucille hanging on just as tight as she could. And it was crazy, but sure was good. And that Cobra Jet, a 428 in that 65 Ford, well, it ran great. I took it on out where the gravel turns around. I took it on up to 110. Tires screaming in and out of the bends, and Lucille hanging on just as tight as she could. Well, it was crazy, but sure was good. So 110 is 110 miles an hour, which is about 180 kilometers an hour. Yeah, about 180 kilometers an hour. Okay, how about this one by Paul Thorne? He was a long way from Tupelo. On a hot Sunday evening, I was driving in the country when I felt my left front tire blow. In the trunk, I had a spare, but the jack wasn't there on a desolate gravel road. Just across the street was a 2-room shack with a girl shelling peas on the porch. When she ran out to meet me in her white cotton dress, all I could say was, praise the Lord. I was a long way from Tupelo, a long way from Tupelo. I was stranded in a place that nobody knows. I was a long way from Tupelo. She said, my mama's not home and we don't got a phone. But if there's anything I can do, I'd be happy to pour you some cold iced tea because I think you're kind of cute. We went inside, sat down on the couch, and that girl started up on me. And like Adam in the Garden of Eden, she showed me that apple, and I got weak. I was a long way from Tupelo, a long way from Tupelo. I was stranded in a place that nobody knows. I was a long way from Tupelo. Well, Mama came home and said, what in the world's going on? She answered, Mama, don't worry. He's a real nice man who broke down and ain't got a way home. And Daddy gave me a ride. I gave him $20 for his trouble and a tank of gas. It's a day I'll always remember. But if my wife ever asks, I say, I was a long way from Tupelo. A long way from Tupelo. I was stranded in a place that nobody knows. I was a long way from Tupelo. Oh, a long way from Tupelo. How about this song? Has a car crash in it. Well, where, oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. We were out on a date in my daddy's car. We hadn't driven very far. There on the road, straight ahead, a car was stalled, the engine was dead. I couldn't stop, so I swerved to the right. Never forget the sounds at night, the crying tires, the busting glass, the painful scream that I heard last. Well, where, oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. Well, when I woke up, the rain was pouring down. There were people standing all around. Something warm running in my eyes, but I found my baby somehow that night. I raised her head and then she smiled and said, hold me, darling, for a little while. I held her close, I kissed her our last kiss. I found a love that I knew I would miss. But now she's gone, even though I hold her tight. I lost my love, my life that night. Well, where, oh, where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world. So I can see my baby when I leave this world. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, ah, ah, ah. Last Kiss by J. Wilson, J. something Wilson. How about this one? It's about being everywhere, man. I was toting my pack along the dusty Winnemucca road when along came a Sammy with a high canvas covered load. If you're going to Winnemucca Mac, With me you can ride. So I climbed into the cab, and then I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd ever seen a road with so much dust and sand. And I said, listen, I traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross the deserts, band, man. Breathe that mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barricana, Paliquilla, Almaquilla. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross the deserts, band, man. Oh, breathe that fresh, that air, man. Oh, travel, I've done my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Faraday, Santa Fe, Tallapoosa, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Opelousas, Tennessee to Hennessy, Chicopee, Spirit Lake, Gann Lake, Devil's Lake, Crater Lake, for Pete's sake. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross that desert, band, man. I traveled. I breathe that mountain air, man. I travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville, Umagaca, Sufferville, Jacksonville, Waterville, Costa Rica, Pittsfield, Springfield, Bakersfield, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Fond du Lac, Davenport, Idaho, Jellicoe, Argentina, Damatina, Pasadena, Calatina. See what I mean now? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross that desert, band, man. I breathe that mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Pittsburgh, Parkersburg, Gravelburg, Colorado, Ellensburg, Rexburg, Vicksburg, El Dorado, Larimore, Altamore, Haverstraw, Chattanooga, Chaska, Nebraska, Alaska, Opelika, Baraboo, Waterloo, Kalamazoo, Kansas City, Sioux City, City, Dodge City, what a pity. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross that desert, band, man. I trod that mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. I think that's Hank Snow. And this song is, who's this? I don't even know. Oh, yes. Commander Cody and his 1,000-something or others. My papa said, son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln. Have you heard the story of the hot rod race where the Fords and the Lincolns were setting the pace? That story's true, I'm here to say. I was driving that Model A. It's got a Lincoln motor, and it's really souped up, and that Model A body may look like a pup. It's got 12 cylinders, use them all. Got overdrive, just won't stall. With a 4-bell carbon dual exhaust with 411 gears, you can really get lost. It's got safety twos, but I ain't scared. The brakes are good, the tires are fair. Put out of San Pedro late one night, the moon and the stars was a shining bright. We was driving up Grapevine Hill, passing cars like they was standing still. All of a sudden, in the wink of an eye, Cadillac sedan passed us by. I said, boys, there's a mark for me. By then, the taillights was all you could see. Now, the fellas was ripping me for being behind, so I thought I'd make that Lincoln unwind. Took my foot off the gas, and man alive, I shoved it on down into overdrive. I wound it up to 110. My speedometer said I hit top end. My foot was glued like lead to the floor. That's all there is. There ain't no more. Now, the boys all thought I lost my sense. Them telephone poles look like a picket fence. They said, slow down. I see spots. The lines on the road just look like dots. Took a corner, side-swiped the truck, crossed my fingers just for luck. My fenders was clicking the guardrail post. The guy beside me was white as a ghost. Smoke would come from out of the back when I started laying on that Cadillac. Knew I could catch him, thought I could pass. Don't you know by then we'd be low on gas. We had flames come from out of the side. Feel the tension, man, what a ride. I said, look out, boys, I got a license to fly. That caddy pulled over and let us by. Now, all of a sudden, she started knocking, and down in the dip, she started rocking. I looked in the mirror, red light was blinking. The cops was after my hot rod Lincoln. They arrested me, and they put me in jail, and they called my pappy to throw my bail, and he said, son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln. All right, here's a song from Smokey and the Bandit. And if you've never seen this movie before, oh, you should. You should. It's entertaining. It is where Burt Reynolds, the bandit, has to take and run the police, draw the police away from his buddy, the snowman, who's driving the semi that's got all the beer that is coming from Texarkana to Georgia. I think that's the route. Anyways, they go all across the country hauling this beer, and then Burt Reynolds' character is leading the police away so that the gentleman who's running the truck, Jerry Reed's character, could get down on the road, could get it done. That's what I'm trying to say. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're going to do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound, just watch your bandy run. Keep your foot on the pedal. Never mind them brakes. Let it all hang out because we got run to make. The balls are thirsty in Atlanta, and there's beer in Texarkana, and we'll bring it back no matter what it takes. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Oh, we gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandy run. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandy run. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound, just watch your bandy run. Oh, Smokey's got them ears on. He's hot on your trail, and he ain't gonna quit till you're in jail. So you gotta dodge him, you gotta duck him, you gotta keep that diesel trucking. Put that hammer down and give it hell. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandy run. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandy run. Okay, this is a song by Bob Seger about Detroit Made. It says it's a deuce and a quarter, babe, which I think means it's a 225, a big ass 6-cylinder is what it is. Back in early 60s must be. Detroit Made. Got me a deuce and a quarter, babe. Came up from the country, baby. City was where I stayed. Got me a deuce and a quarter, babe. That's all I gotta say. She's a Detroit Maid. Deuce and a quarter, babe. She's a Detroit Maid. Deuce and a quarter, babe. They'll watch you all the work so you can ride in style. Leather on them bucket seats and carpet double pile. Chrome will take that moonlight on. See the shining sea. You can hear those glass pipes rumble, baby, to the Statue of Liberty. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. Now, when I first got out of high school, I drove an old farm truck. All the girls walked right by me, didn't even say good luck. Now I ride my 225. They all want to be my friend. I'll pick you up later tonight now, baby, if you can wait till then. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. Just about every cat I know wants him a Coupe de Ville. I pay half the price, I get twice as nice, and they still have to pay that bill. I can't say everything's okay riding in my car, but I got me a deuce and a quarter, baby. She goes like a shooting star. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. She's a Detroit maid, deuce and a quarter, babe. How about this song? It's about the 1952 Vincent Black Lightning and Red Molly and James and their relationship. Says Red Molly to James, well, that's a fine motorbike. A girl could feel special on it is such like. Said James to Red Motley, my hat's off to you. It's a Vincent Black Lightning, 1952. And I've seen you on the corners and cafes, it seems. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color scheme. And he pulled her on behind, and down to Box Hill they did ride. Said James to Red Motley, here's a ring for your right hand. But I tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. For I fought with the law since I was 17. I robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. Now I'm 21 years, I might make 22. And I don't mind dying, but for the love of you. But if fate should break my stride, then I give you my Vincent to ride. Come down, Red Motley, called Sergeant McQuaid, for they taken young James Amy for armed robbery. Shotgun blast hit his chest, left nothing inside. Oh, come down, Red Motley, to his dying bedside. When she came to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of road. He was running out of breath. But he smiled to see her cry and said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Said James, in my opinion, there's nothing in this world beats a 52 Vincent and a red-headed girl. Now Nortons and Indians and Greaveses won't do. Oh, they don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. Well, he reached for her hand and he slipped her the keys. He said, I got no further use for these. I see angels on aerials in leather and chrome, swooping down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her one last kiss and died. And he gave her his Vincent to ride. And he gave her his Vincent to ride. All right, how about 100 cups of coffee? A truck driver who got his heart broke is what this song is all about. 100 cups of coffee, 500 cigarettes, 1,000 miles of highway, and I ain't forgot her yet. But I keep on moving. I keep on moving on down the line. Ain't nothing in my rear view, just a cloud of dust and smoke. What do you expect when some old trucker's heart get broke? Yeah, old trucker's heart get broke. Them big wheels of rubber gonna rub her off of my mind. I'm a highway junkie. I need that old white line. 10 miles out of Nashville, I was doing about 91. State boy pulled me over and said, where's the fire, son? He said, where's the fire, son? I said, I'm running from a fire. I said, I ain't running from a fire. I'm running from a flame. Go on and write your ticket, but I ain't the one to blame. That old country judge tried to rob me blind. Them big wheels of rubber gonna rub her off of my mind. I'm a highway junkie. I need that old white line. So I rode on into Memphis. I got nothing left to lose. Want to hear some rock and roll, but all they played was blues. Didn't want to hear no blues. So I tried to call up Elvis, but Roger Miller grabbed the phone. He said, drop them 18-wheelers, boy. You're the king of the road. You're the king of the road. Them big wheels of rubber gonna rub her off of my mind. I'm a highway junkie. I need that old white line. I'm a highway junkie. I need that old white line. All righty. How about there's another song by Fred Eaglesmith. And then after Fred Eaglesmith, I am going to contact the lovely Sherry and have a quick chat with her. Okay, how about this? Streak of lightning coming down the highway. Turn around and watch it go. Switch on the lights, put on the high beams. Better find preacher on the radio. I like to drive at 105. It's just how fast I got to go. I got the gears and I got the motor. Ain't no reason to go slower. I like the speed. I like the motion. I like the rocking machine. I like to drive 105. Better hurry up if you won't catch me. I like the speed. I like the motion. I like the rocking machine. I like to drive at 105. Better hurry up if you won't catch me. Neon signs go flashing by like something in your eye. Elvis singing on the radio almost makes you cry. Flashing lights in the rear view mirror, you don't pay them no mind. Pull out the pass, hit the gas, leave them all far behind. I like to drive at 105. It's just how fast I got to go. I got the gears and I got the motor. Ain't no reason to drive slower. I like the speed. I like the motion. I like the rocking machine. I like to drive at 105. Better hurry up if you won't catch me. Better hurry up if you won't catch me. All right. I love that song because when I was 16 years old, I got a vehicle license to drive on Manitoba public motorways. It was a 1966 Chevrolet, white in color, four-door Bel Air. It had a 283 V8 motor and a 3-speed manual transmission where the gear selector for said transmission was on the steering column, what they called a 3 on the tree. And that 3 on the tree was not that good of a system because when you tried to make that 1 to 2 shift fast, you jam up the whole works. And then you had to go out and open the hood and dick around and get everything lined up again so you could get it back in gear. Then you cut a hole in the floor and put a big stick shift right on the transmission. Then you get a more direct response. Okay, how about this song? A trucking song again. Well, I pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down that Eastern Seaboard. I got my diesel well up, and she's rolling like never before. There's a speed zone ahead, all right. I don't see a car up inside. 6 days on the road, and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Well, I got me 10 forward gears and a Georgia overdrive. I'm taking little white pills, and my eyes are open wide. I just passed a Jimmy in a white. I've been passing everything inside. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Well, it seemed like a month since I kissed my baby goodbye. I could have a lot of women, but I ain't that kind of guy. I could find one to hold me tight. I could never make believe it's all right. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. While the ICC is a checking on down the line. I'm a little overweight and my logbook's way behind. But nothing bothers me tonight. I can dodge all the scales all right. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road, I'm gonna make it home tonight. Everybody's talking about the seventh son in the whole wide world. There is only one, and I'm the one. Oh, I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. The one they call the seventh son. I can see your future. It'll come to pass. I can do things to you, make your heart feel glad. Look in the sky, predict the rain. Tell when a woman's got another man. I'm the one. Oh, I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. The one they call the seventh son. I'm the one. I'm the one. the one they call the seventh son. I can sing these words that don't sound so sweet. They'll even make your little heart skip a beat. Heal the sick, raise the dead, make them girls talk out of their heads. I'm the one. Oh, I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. The one they call the seventh son. I'm the one. I'm the one. The one they call. The one they call. The one they call the seventh son. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me, my little singing show. Good night. Get a matching to my indigenous brothers and sisters. Hope you have an amazing sleep and an incredible day tomorrow.